Welcome back, my fellow mobile gamers. My name is NimbleThor, and this, what you're looking at right now, is Pokémon Masters. It's one of those team-based RPGs that I've really been looking forward to playing this year, and now it's finally here on Android and on iOS. I do think hardcore players of the mainline Pokémon games might not like what Nintendo has done with Pokémon Masters, but I, for one, am really enjoying it. If you want to do a mobile Pokémon RPG game, you might as well make it made for mobile, whatever that entails. At least that's my opinion. So if we want to play the real classic Pokémon RPGs, we can always go back and do that on an emulator instead. So yeah, I don't really agree with most reviews done by large news outlets on this game, who seem, at least most of them, to dismiss this game because it doesn't feel like a mainline Pokémon game. But of course it doesn't, because newsflash, it isn't. Anyway, mini rant over. I'm really enjoying this game. Now, I'm sure some might disagree with my opinion on this game, so let's discuss that in the comment section down below this video. I'm just throwing my first thoughts and opinions out there, but you guys are free to disagree, and I love a good and friendly discussion in the comment section down below, so let's get that going. Now, as for what I'm really liking about this game, first up is the real-time combat system. So basically, only one Pokemon can attack at a time, but we ultimately decide which Pokemon to attack with, which move to use, and which Pokemon we want to attack with that move. And if we don't do anything, we'll just stand there getting hit over and over again, because again, it's not turn-based, the opponent is not waiting for us to be done. We have to be there, we have to be active, we have to play the game, even though there is actually an auto mode as well. But that auto system can completely be ignored though. I wouldn't use it if I were you guys. I really like the combat system, and so I would encourage you to play the game with the actual combat system. So what this combat system entails is that we can choose to primarily attack with one Pokemon if we want to. We don't have to take turns going through all of our 3 Pokemons that we take into battle, and then as long as no other Pokemon is attacking right now, the attack that we initiated will go through and actually hit the opponent. And while I've heard some call this system rather chaotic, I'm really loving it. It makes the game much more engaging and more exciting to play, in my opinion. Now, to use moves, we need energy, and you guys can see the energy in the bottom of the screen. It's restored automatically throughout the battle, so sometimes we'll just have to wait a bit to stop to be able to use a 2 energy move, for example. And also another interesting thing to note here is that unlike a traditional Pokemon RPG, we actually have 3 Pokemon with us into every battle. But just like in a normal Pokemon game, there are type advantages, so you want to be aware of which attack or which move you use at which time and which Pokemon you take with you into battle as well. And what that means is that, of course, here in the beginning, where we don't have that many Pokemon in total, we might not always want to use all of our Pokemon in every battle, just because, we only have one fire Pokemon, for example. So if we're attacking a grass-type Pokemon, we might want to primarily just use that fire Pokemon's attacks or moves over and over again. And at least that's what we'll have to do for the time being. Then, over time, of course, we're going to unlock more Pokemon, more Masters. And we do that through playing the campaign missions, which is what we're playing right now, or through this gacha-like unlocking system where we can spend gems either earned in-game or that we've bought through in-app purchases to unlock more Pokemon. Now, the beautiful thing about Pokemon Masters, though, is that it's predominantly single-player, with the only type of multiplayer being a co-op mode. And what this means is that we won't really meet or have to fight against those players who spend a lot of money on the game. And for that reason, the monetization doesn't feel that aggressive at all, and we can easily enjoy the game for what it is without spending any money on it. And because there's no energy system, we can even play for as long as we want without having to wait. And I'm really liking that. Now, as for which game modes we do have then, even though there are no PvP battles, we do have a co-op mode that unlocks after campaign chapter 11, which I haven't gotten to yet, but the co-op mode basically syncs us up with 2 other players to defeat more Pokemon trainers. And then apart from that, we've got the main campaign missions, we've got sync pair stories for each Pokemon and their trainer, and then lastly, we've got a training area, which are these very difficult missions that come in different difficulty levels, such as normal and hard, for example. Now, the hard missions are a bit too difficult for me right now, but instead, let's go have a look at how we actually unlock new Pokemon moves. So if we go in here to our team, I noticed before that Flannery needs a new attack, the Will-O-Wisp. So let's learn that one right now. That's gonna cost 5 of these items. We have 28 of them though, so we have plenty, and we earned these through simply playing the game. Now, can we also unlock this one? Too hot to handle. Let's see, items required. No, we don't have all of the items we need for that yet, but at least we have this new move now, and let's go do the same for another Pokemon. Let's unlock the Stun Spore for Erica's Pokemon here. I think that one is gonna be useful as well, so let's unlock that. That is the 2 energy move of, what is the name of that Pokemon? Is it Wildplume? I want to say Wildplume, something like that. You guys are probably laughing out loud now if I was wrong, but listen, I love Pokemon, but I can't remember all of the Pokemon names, even though this was actually one of my favorite Pokemons back in 1999 and the early 2000s when I collected the Pokemon card games. Now, of course, once our Pokemon gets to level 30, we can also evolve them, and then they can evolve again at level 45, so that's kind of the goal here. We're playing as far as we can, just trying to get to level 30 with some of our Pokemon, and there are some items, some XP boosts that we can use to give them a huge chunk of XP very, very quickly. I should have maybe used some of those, but there's still quite a bit of time to get to level 30. I would say I'm probably a good few hours away from being level 30 with even just one of my Pokemon yet. And then even when we get to level 30, we have to complete some sort of mission in order to be able to even evolve our Pokemon. But now let's try out Stun Spore, which was this new attack here. So it paralyzed the Pokemon. Okay, so that's what it does. That's kind of useful. And then we can use Energy Ball, which is very strong in its own right. And both of these are 2 energy moves, so we do have to be a bit careful about when we use those, because we need the energy and we only have 4 energy in total. Let's use a potion here to the Pokemon on our right. This Pokemon that I before called Wildplume. And again, sorry for the hardcore Pokemon fans out there if that's wrong. And let's use the Thunderbolt from Pikachu. That was very effective. A quick Thunder Shock should do it. And then now, what do we want to use here? I don't know what's effective against this Pokemon, apart from, you know, rock-type Pokemons, but we're not using any of those right now. We do have Brock's Onyx, though. I should have probably used that one. Oh, that dealt nearly no damage. Oh, it's a burn damage, so that explains why we didn't deal any huge amount of damage, but now at least it burns over time. I'm gonna save up for the Thunderbolt, and let's see what that's able to do. Wait. Gotta use a potion here real quick. Come on. No, I think that was too late. Oh, man. Wildplume. It would be so funny if it's not actually Wildplume. Anyway, guys, look at this. It's using its special sync move, and we actually have saved up enough so that we can use our sync move as well. So let's use our sync move now. Fiery Passion. Look at that. That looks so awesome. Oh, man, that nearly took it out. Okay, so we still have a chance. Let's use Ember here. We have very little HP left. This is very exciting, and I think we did it right, didn't we? Yes, so let's now just hope that there are no more battles in this chapter here. Sometimes we do have to fight a few times before completing one level in the chapter, but I think this was it for this one, wasn't it? No, there's one more battle. Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna have to just die here, but then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna level up some of my Pokemon, and we're gonna go retry this. So overall, there's just a lot to do in Pokemon Masters, and I'm already really hooked on the game, as you guys can probably hear. For one, because I'm really liking the combat system, but also for reasons we didn't even talk about yet. The graphics look very neat. There's this really cool interactive menu screen that I showed you guys in the beginning, and most importantly of all, we're not forced into PvP to progress in this game. Heck, there is no PvP at all in this game. So those are just some of the things I really like about Pokemon Masters. Now, yes, if you want to unlock all of the Pokemon, and if you want to play very hardcore and level up very quickly, you might feel enticed to spend some money on the gacha unlocking system. But again, to reiterate, we don't have to spend money on the game, because we don't have to compete in PvP against people who've spent lots of money on the game. So there is no competitive reason to start spending money on this game. So now I'm just very curious to scroll down through the comment section and see what you guys actually thought about this game. Did you end up agreeing or disagreeing with my views and opinions on this game? Let's get a discussion started about that in the comment section. And now it's time for the mobile gaming news of the day. And as I go through today's news, we're gonna go unlock some new Pokemon. So cross your fingers that we're gonna get something really awesome. I would love to get a Charmander, because Charmander and then eventually Charizard is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Maybe only outdone by Blastoise. I really love Blastoise as well. But anyway, let's hope we get something cool. And now let's get into the mobile gaming news, which is good news for all LEGO and RPG fans out there, as Gameloft's upcoming LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed is now up for pre-registration on both Android and iOS. And as you've probably already guessed by just hearing the name, this seems to be yet another team-based RPG game, but this time set in the LEGO universe, which has us collecting teams of LEGO minifigures and then take them into team-based battles. It doesn't sound too bad, really, so maybe I'll go check it out when it releases, and you guys should be able to pre-register now already if you are interested in the game, and if you want to play it, you definitely should go pre-register, because I also heard that there are some sort of unique pre-registration rewards to people who did that before the global release came around. So with that said, that was all for today. I hope that you've enjoyed the video, and until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.